Hi, I'm Karlie Kloss, and this is a game of first and last. The first thing that I do in the morning, check my phone, which is probably a bad habit. Well, usually I'm hitting the snooze alarm about 4 times on my phone. Kind of embarrassing. I have like 8:45, 8:47, 8:53. Like, I'm one of those people that needs like 4 alarms to wake up. I mean, I'm somebody who watches movies on airplanes and cries, even if it's like a comedy. Like, I don't know if it's the altitude or what, and that's also really the only time that I get to watch movies. I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. I don't know that I cried, but I probably did. It was the altitude. I'm gonna blame it on the altitude. Ooh, my first celebrity crush was Heath Ledger. Okay, so my favorite, 10 Things I Hate About You, classic. And I think that's really like when I fell in love with Heath Ledger. My first time on the runway was for Calvin Klein in 2007. And it was the biggest show in New York Fashion Week. I started high school that same week, and it was my first ever runway show. It was like a last minute kind of fly to New York. The designer wants to meet you. He booked me as an exclusive, and so I was doing all the looks. I had this kind of like breakout moment on that runway. My career overnight kind of started. It's crazy. At 15. The last time I gave dating advice was last night. We were talking about like Tinder and Bumble, and I basically took my friend's phone and was swiping left and right and was swiping the wrong way. So right was right and left was right, and you get the point. And so anyway, I totally messed up her entire thing and she deleted the entire app. Apparently I'm not that good at giving dating advice, is what I learned, because I swiped the wrong way. I think the first time that I felt independent was probably, I was 19 still, and there was such a moment of like, oh my God, I'm a grown-up. I'm buying my first house, and I was really proud and excited to have that independent moment. So the last time I danced ballet has been way too long. Probably, I mean, when I was 15 years old, my entire childhood, I danced ballet 10 hours a week. It was like my passion. I actually was trying to take a class the last time I was in Paris last month. I wasn't able to take it, so next time. The last time I stood up for myself probably was like in a fight, maybe with like one of my sisters. They're much better negotiators, so I have to like fight extra hard to stand up for myself. I'm like, no, like the first time I watched Project Runway, I was 12 years old on the couch in my childhood home with my 3 sisters and both my parents. I remember distinctly. My poor dad. I have 3 sisters, and my dad is like dragged into all of like the girl things. The last time I trusted my gut and was right, debating whether or not to sign on as the new host of Project Runway. I am so glad that I followed that gut instinct and was like, you know what? I want to give it a shot and see how I do, even though I've never done anything like that. And I'm so glad that I trusted my gut. Thank you guys for watching my first and last on Young Hollywood. I'm Karlie Kloss. Bye.